The Panicum frosted explosion is looking so amazing at the moment, and I'm sure you've got a few stems in your gardens from the grow along, so I thought I'd make a little arrangement using some of these. So I've just got my little ikea vase. It's actually a pot plant holder. It doesn't have any holes in it. It's lovely, isn't it? It's just nice and white and it hides the stems, so I thought that would be ideal. Can you see properly? Shall I move you against the black of the summer house? You might be able to see better. Oh, there we go. I think that's much better. So we've got a base of the eucalyptus foliage and then the Panicum frosted explosion wands. So I've cut my stems just a little bit shorter than they were, because otherwise if they're really tall in the vase, all you can see is the stem. And really, you don't want to see a junction between the vase and the flowers. Look at that, absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to remove the bottom foliage and cut the stems on a slight point, like that, and then just feed them into the vase. There, look at that, doesn't it look terrific? So I think that's enough Panicum for the time being. Now I'm going to add some Statice. I've got some colour options for you. So this is the pastel mix, and look how beautifully that goes with the Scabious. This is from the wedding blend. Scabious is still doing incredibly well. So this time I think I'm going to go with the blue Statice, and I might add a little bit of the white Statice as well, because you can see it has got some white flowers in there. So that will give my arrangement a little bit of a lift, so it's not too dark. Blue was ever so popular when we were doing our wedding flowers. If you can grow some blue in your garden and you're selling cut flowers, you can't go wrong with a bit of blue. Next, let's add a few stems of the white. Look at that. That's just lifted it up beautifully, hasn't it? Now, the absolute beauty of growing your own cut flowers, of course, is if you suddenly decide that you need another stem of blue and another stem of the white, you can just nip down to the garden and grab yourself a couple of stems. Now, I already know that Nicotiana lime green is going to look lovely with the Statice, because I've got the garden blend planted with the Panicum in this bed. And this is a good place to take some stems from, because if they fall over the edge, they'll get chopped by Strimmer Man anyway. So I can give the plants a tidy up, save the flowers, and use those for my arrangement. Oh my good Lord, that goes so nice with that flash of lime in the centre of the white Statice, doesn't it? Oh, that's made me really pleased. And I think also the centres, when they're in front of the blue, they look like they've got a hint of blue to them as well. Lovely. So I'm going to place one more stem. You just need to be careful when you're placing flowers that you don't stick them on the edges right up in the air, because if you've got one this side and one that side, it will look like your arrangement's got ears. And you don't want your arrangement to look like it's got ears, do you? No. So I'm going to make sure I pop this one at the back in the middle, so that I've got a meadow of Nicotiana in my arrangement backdrop. There we go. Doesn't that look lovely? You could stop right there, couldn't you? So next I'm going to add some of the rainbow mix China asters. This is the blue. Look at that. And the stems are so long. So I'm going to separate the flowers out so I can place them individually. So I've just measured and snipped, and they are so easy to place because of those really slender stems. There we go. I think a little bit shorter. Take that one out and do that again. Again, it's really easy to get them out again. Absolutely magic. Rather than dotting them around, it is nice to cluster them. Look at that. The good thing about the rainbow mix is it actually comes with a paler blue as well, all in the same packet. So all you need to do is just sow all the seeds, and then you'll have all the colours and you can pick and choose whatever you fancy. Oh wow, look at these pink ones. Aren't they just beautiful? They've got such a long vase life as well. I think I'm going to put this to one side in water overnight, and I'll make a light bright sugar pink arrangement next. Or you could go with pure and simple white. I am going to be making a lot of bouquets and arrangements this year, I can just tell. There are so many flower combinations. They will also look lovely with the Blushing Bride Phlox, wouldn't they? Very delicate, I'll have to do that. Oh wow, just been on a hunt and I found some of the white zinnia from my special collection. You can see now they've got the backdrop of the Nicotiana lime green. You can really see the centres picking up that colour. It makes you see colours you didn't even know were there. Oh wowee! I think a couple of finishing touches and we are done. Look at that. Really nice for a change. If you've bought the wedding blend Scabious, you should have plenty of these purpley blue flowers, which will go so beautifully with this arrangement. Look at that. There we go. I've just put a couple of stems of my favourite Phlox. This is the Creme Brulee, and as I've told you before, it comes in plenty of shades, so not all the colours are the same. This is a nice deep purpley blue, which I thought would be ideal. So if you sow the Creme Brulee, make sure you do plenty of plants, and you can let them flower in their trays so you can find out what colour exactly they are, and then position them around the garden or in containers as you see fit. Got a couple of the snow puffs, a bit more Phlox at the back there. It's got a nice long stem, that one. I think that looks absolutely lovely, and it looks good from every direction as well.